Welcome back. DCTV Sports is at the hangar one more time this season. The boys taking center stage tonight as they get set to take on Antwerp. Brent Balbinot saying thank you for joining us. Also, a big thank you going out to our pregame sponsor, Estel Chevrolet Cadillac, located on North Clinton Street in Defiance. Stop on out, check out their great selection of new and used vehicles. Broken in, not broken down on their lot, or the weather's a little too cold, you don't want to dodge the icicles, you can check them out online at drivebobestel.com. A man that drives in style no matter where he goes is our player profile. Now, last year, the roster listed you at 5'11". This year, it lists you at 6 foot. So I asked senior Loden Clark, which roster is the most accurate?
I'd have to say this year.
Of course, get the stretch just a little bit more out of it here. As you can tell, Loden's hit the weight room. He did so well before our interview today. Multi-sport athlete, football, basketball, also participate in track. Let's rewind before we preview. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Last season into this season. Walk us through what you were doing, anything in particular to make yourself a better player.
So last year, particularly, I focused more on the weight room because my sophomore year, I really found an interest in weightlifting. So last year we had a weightlifting class, right,
Really?
at school. So I found something that best helped me is I would lift during school, and then after school or after practice, I would lift again. And that, I was tired after, but I could see a difference.
So how do you balance that out? Because I know, obviously, if you're trying to gain weight versus just doing maintenance lifting, weight training is different. So how did you balance 2 weight room shifts a day?
Well, first off, it starts with eating a good breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Most important meal of the day, and it just helps me get through the day. And then I'd have weightlifting class like 3rd or 4th period, and then we'd have lunch 5th period, and then I would eat a good lunch, and then we'd have practice or something, and then I would lift again.
So how'd you break that down? Was maybe the morning workout upper body, the afternoon workout lower body, or did you do total body conditioning, just go a little bit lighter, knowing that you were going to be doubling up?
I would skip leg days sometime because
Okay, he's being honest. Go ahead.
football practice was a little rough, I'm not going to lie. But then once I got in the basketball season, I started hitting the legs harder 2 times a week at least. And then last year I didn't take creatine, right? Pre-workout.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But this year I started taking it, and it made a world's difference in how big I got.
So how much weight did you put on, good weight, from last season to this year?
I put on probably 15 pounds of muscle
Wow.
at least.
Okay. Now, does your body type hold it? I know some guys will say if they stop, they drop immediately. Others will say I'm lifting to try and basically lose weight or move fat into muscle. What's your body? What's your metabolism like?
My metabolism, I would say, is good. I've never really been into that category of where I'm getting bigger. I've always been about the same, or I've gotten more defined, I would say.
Sure. So let's talk about basketball season this year. What were the coaching staff telling you coming out of, I know it was a tough football season. You didn't get a whole lot of break in between seasons, but what did the coaching staff tell you they wanted your role to be this season?
They said that, like, we had Dane and Jeremiah, of course, and they would be the scorers, right? And they told me that I needed to be good at defense and good at rebounding and just be physical in the paint.
So you're a multi-sport athlete, football, basketball. What are your events for track?
Last year, I think it did 100, 4x2, 400, and then 4x4.
Wow. So what's your recovery time during a track meet? Because that's a lot of events, bud.
Honestly, I don't even know.
You just go when it's time,
I
huh?
just go when it's time.
Now, I might have pegged him for being more of a field event, maybe discus or shot put, but you're on the track.
Oh, I'm on the track.
Got deceptive speed then,
Oh,
right?
I'd like to think so.
So let's talk about where this group is right now, because there's still about 4, maybe 5 games left in the basketball season. Then before you know it, districts are going to be here. I know the record isn't what you want it to be, but there's an old phrase: it's not how you start, it's how you finish. What's this group's mindset right now?
Well, in our past 2 games, I think our defense has played excellent.
Mm-hmm.
We held a Jack Leppelmeyer to, 9 points or 12? One of the best players we'll see all season. And going into halftime, it was 17-7. We just can't score. We try to get downhill and just nothing works. We got to find a way to score, and if we can score, we're going to be scary.
So how much better can this team still get in the next month?
I think we can win out this season, and then we can make a run in the playoffs.
It's one game at a time, though, right? I hear you guys talk about that all the time. That most important game will be the next one on the schedule, right? Which is Antwerp.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about post high school. You're a senior this year, so in a few months he's going to be styling in the cap and gown, strutting across the stage, diploma in hand. What's the future going to hold for Loden Clark?
I want to go to college. Doesn't really matter yet.
Okay. Any particular area of study or major?
Either business or teaching. Both of those I think fit into my schedule.
So how'd you get interested in teaching?
Well, my aunt thought that it would be a good idea because as a senior, there's only one other senior basically on the team. And as I've gotten older, all of my friends, all of the senior kids have dropped all the sports. So I've kind of had to focus on making friends with the younger kids. And my aunt thought that it would be a good idea because I'm better with younger kids than I am with older ones. That I should be a teacher.
You should be like an elementary school teacher,
Yeah.
get them when they're really young. Do you see yourself staying involved in sports in some way, shape, or form?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a coach?
So. I think so.
Goal to come back here, or do you want to spread your legs? Do you care where you go?
I honestly don't care where I go. Whatever opportunity comes up.
Okay. We're not going to graduate him just yet. He's still got the basketball season, of course, the spring to go. Best of luck to you tonight
Thank
and
you.
the rest of the way. Loden Clark, our player profile. Don't you go anywhere. We're back with more right after this. You're watching the pregame brought to you by Estel Chevrolet Cadillac on DCTV Sports.